First of all, I'd also like to extend my sincere condolences to the family and friends and colleagues of Aisling Murphy. Lots of words have been spoken since her horrific murder last Wednesday, words of anger, compassion, love and deep sadness. And there are not really enough words, or the right words, to properly convey how deeply Aisling's murder has affected us all and affected and shaken our whole nation. Some words, though, that I would like to share that were spoken by psychology professor Orla Muldoon in last Friday's Irish Times, where she wrote, "Disproportionately, year on year, the pattern is clear nationally and internationally. Men kill women, men assault women, men harass women. Not all men, not even many men, but it is nearly always men, not women, who kill women." There's been so many people, and it's been spoken about by other ministers and deputies, people sharing their stories over the past week and experiences, whether that's jeering, street harassment, exposure, groping, to obviously a lot more serious incidents of coercive control, assault and rape, and all, without exception, at the hands of men. You know, everybody, I think, is looking for change, for this systemic violence perpetrated by men against women to stop. And just before coming in here today, I spoke to a friend whose sister was murdered 5 years ago by her partner, just to, I suppose, get the family perspective. And what one of the things that struck me that they were saying is that it's so important that when a woman is in a situation of domestic violence and reaches out for help, that help is there, because it might just be a moment where you get the courage to say, I don't think that this is a good situation I'm in, and if that help is not forthcoming at that time, obviously that's a moment missed. So it's really, really important that the resources are there, and also that people are sufficiently trained and know how to handle that situation, because often it is the case, as we know, women get to a stage where they nearly don't believe that they're in such a bad and difficult situation, and when you make that brave move, you really need to ensure that somebody has your back. And while I didn't want to have a whole bunch of statistics in my contribution, I do want to mention that the WHO estimates that across a woman's lifetime, 1 in 3, or which equates to 736 million women, are subjected to physical or sexual violence by a partner or sexual violence from a non-partner. And that has remained largely unchanged over the past decade. So we really need to ensure that everything we've seen with the vigils over the last week and all the words spoken here this evening actually result in change, and that they are a catalyst for change. One of the things that has been raised, and I think it is going to be addressed, and I would welcome that, is that there isn't one specific department, that it falls to so many different areas. We have some of it in children, then obviously justice. So I think that would be imperative to have a joined up approach. We can't have, I suppose, you know, the words, I think everything, I've been really struck by so many of the contributions here this evening, but we really do need to ensure that it actually results in action. And I also want to talk about the Citizens' Assembly, one of the recommendations that they had in relation to the one on gender equality, in relation to a programme around, you know, sexual education and relationships and the role of consent and how important that is, and recognising what is and what constitutes a good and a healthy relationship, and about gender power dynamics within relationships. I think that's imperative that we roll out that programme. I think it was an excellent recommendation from them, and we need to see that rolled out at primary and secondary school level, age appropriate. But I don't think that there can't be any more excuses. You know, schools can't feel uncomfortable. We need to resource that and ensure that it happens. We also need an updated sexual abuse and violence in Ireland report. We're waiting for, as it's been referenced by others, but 9 counties. One of those is in my own constituency, Carlow, that doesn't have a women's refuge, and I know others have said it, but we don't have the required bed space. I also want to echo the calls by the Women's Council about compiling comprehensive data on the number of women suffering violence at the hands of men. It's crucial that, you know, we do get this data together. And I suppose I'm always struck in these debates about our history in relation to women. Since the foundation of the state, we don't have a good history in relation to Magdalene laundries, mother and baby institutions, and we cannot keep, you know, repeating mistakes and continuously have debates in here where we are shocked and outraged we have the power as legislators to make really progressive change. It's not going to happen overnight, and there's going to be, it's multifaceted, but I think from what I'm hearing here earlier today and this evening, the political will seems to exist across the board, and I think we should really, sort of take that now and actually ensure that it is action and not just words. Thank you, Ceann Comhairle.